All right, now you might have seen these floating around. These are those kind of knockoff clone versions of the upcoming iPhone. They always seem to hit the market prior to an iPhone launch. There's something weird in this particular case though, because I have some information that these particular clones of what will probably be called the iPhone 11 or XI or something like that might not be the eventual design. In fact, it could be a fairly substantial difference between this clone representation of the next iPhone, which, yes, it's here, it's working, it's in boxes. Look, it even showed up with fake Apple Store. I don't know, actually, maybe the bags are not fake. Maybe we went to a real Apple Store to snag them. Why don't we just look at it, you decide, and then we'll talk about the design changes here. They look a lot like the previous generation boxes. Obviously, you have an iPhone on the side. The artwork is the same from the previous generation. If you're skeptical and you're looking at this, you may be, your spidey sense may go off a little bit. Like something like, if you look at the top edge here, is this completely straight, this line here, or is this a bit closer over here? I don't know. Designed by Apple in California, okay. Are you buying it? Well, there's no plastic on the actual phone. Fake paperwork, fake Apple stickers. Man, it's unbelievable. And they get these things out before the actual device launch. It's wild. This is the device, and like I said, you may have seen this floating around. Now, the implementation here of the rear camera setup, this is something that's been rumored. We've seen a lot of it, but it's actually the way it's implemented that is up for dispute. So on this particular device, you see this ridge around it. You see this very boxy look. It doesn't blend all that well with the glass back on the device itself. Actually, I don't mind this color at all. Maybe a little bit lighter, actually. This, by the way, is an iPhone XS Max. I would say then, maybe I need to switch hands. Let's see here. Yeah, definitely the clone is a bit lighter. You know what? If you really look at this font, you can also spot the fakeness. Look at how much sharper this font is. It's sharper and it's thinner. It's just not the same font. You have headphones included. You even get an adapter in there, fake lightning cable, and the power brick. Let's see this one. Oh, this is the white one. Okay, so this white one actually gives you a much better representation of the scale of this potential camera cutout. And then last up, we have gold color. Of course, OnePlus calling that almond. Now, I know that this particular design for a lot of people, it's going to be a polarizing type of thing because it is such a ubiquitous device and so many people have it. Once the thing releases and everybody sees whatever the new implementation happens to be, it's a very short path to that becoming familiar and therefore people becoming comfortable with it. I don't think it's going to end up looking quite like this. In fact, I think it's going to look substantially different. But anyhow, let's go ahead and boot this up and see how it operates. Now, the way these things are built is that they're basically running Android in many cases, or some version of it with then this like Apple-esque skin. You know, this chin is way too large on the clone model over here. Also, the display, much more dim, no OLED action by the looks of it. So this is what the chin is supposed to look like. This is what it looks like over here. When you have this switch pushed down, there's no red indicator to let you know that it's been activated. You know what though? They do a good job of faking it. Again, you can tell the fonts are off here. You could be maybe fooled, no? Somebody just handed that to you? You're not fooled. Someone has to go in there and really modify some version of Android, and that's not so easy to do. So there has to be some sort of a market for this. It must be a significant market because it wouldn't be worth the investment otherwise. Each one of these costs around $200, something in that territory. So I can tell you straight away, this is a low resolution display. I can see pixels from this range, which is very unusual. I mean, it's night and day as far as I'm concerned. Very soft looking image there at 1x. Let's snap that. Ooh, slow shutter. And then another soft looking image at 2x. And that's it. That seems to be the only options there. It's not a good picture, Jack. It's a lot of noise in the image. You can see beard hairs, but like if you just look, it looks like a painting. Some of my... I mean, the resolution is obviously not substantial. Now, what happens if you go into portrait mode? It says move farther away. Still wants me to move farther away? How far away do you want me to be? I mean, it's looking for a face. Does it even know the difference? It's just telling me move farther away. How far away? It still says move farther away, Jack. It's no portrait mode at play. Okay, so lots of ways to figure out that this thing is bogus. I mean, the last one I want to try out is sound. There we go. All right. Apple shrinking the notch. Ooh, the buttons are also a little loose. Oof, it's so slow. It's painfully slow on Wi-Fi.
We're so aware of it.
The video quality
sort of
is being auto-crunched down to like 144p. And the audio is crunching.
Shock iPhone.
Look, I don't recommend that you buy this thing, all right? I'm trying to figure out how or why these things exist. It's got to be a novelty factor for some. It definitely is for us, for me, and also for you watching this. It looks close to what you could imagine the next iPhone, the iPhone 11, looking like. You know, there are some other perspectives out there on what this might look like. And in fact, I have one of those other perspectives on the way in the form of a CNC model. So I'll showcase that, compare it to this in an upcoming video. I don't think that this is what the next iPhone is going to look like. It's sort of in the right territory, but I don't think it's going to be this ugly. Maybe that's it, Jack. Maybe you buy it. Maybe it has a limited lifespan. You buy it now to goof on your friends. You use this, you stick your SIM card in here, you use it for the next few months prior to the iPhone announcement, and you get tons of attention and people think you're cool because it's truly an iPhone, or at least it looks like an iPhone that nobody has.